Hey, a question that we've been getting a lot lately is why do I need to have a home inspection when purchasing a home? And what's the risk if I skip that in my offer? So, to help answer that question, we brought in Kyle Jensen from HomeStart Inspections. He's one of our recommended home inspectors here in the area and wanted to get his take on the importance of a home inspection. So, welcome, Kyle.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. That's a question we get all the time, especially with new builds. But essentially, if we take a step back, our goal as a home inspector is to mitigate risk for you. So basically, we want to see and find the things that aren't apparent issues to you that can end up being pretty costly. So you have to think, when you're going to the house, it may look in great condition, but we're going to go a little bit deeper than just that, quick first look and find things that may be hidden from you, essentially.
Yeah. And obviously, too, there's a lot of different inspectors, and even in the offer to purchase, it says, a licensed Wisconsin registered inspector versus what's kind of the difference and maybe the importance and why you want to make sure that you get the right person in there if you're going to do an inspection?
Yeah, that's a great question. So fortunately or unfortunately, it's really easy to get your home inspector license. It's like a 40-hour class, you pass an exam, and then you're out there, you're a home inspector. We see a lot of people come out, we see the reports that some new inspectors put out, and it's just not enough training. So you really want to do your research, make sure they're experienced, they're licensed, of course. Recommended partners too are great because, like Josh here, he's a real estate pro. He knows who's going to do a good job and who's not. So you really want to kind of lean on that. But then on your own end too, look for Google reviews, stuff like that, that really gives you that quality check to make sure you're getting somebody good.
Right, yeah, you definitely want to make sure you're vetting somebody and getting the right person in there or the right team in there to do that inspection.
And then just to build from that too, you want to make sure they're full-time. So, the last thing you want is a guy who does this for beer money on the weekends and is this kind of like his side gig. You want a professional who this is their career and this is what they've chosen to do with their life. So something I want to stress too.
Yeah, and I would say something too, kind of from our perspective, and I know Kyle can weigh in on this too, is something that really is important and helps you when you are the buyer and then us as the real estate professional helping you is the quality of the reports and the tools that they use and everything. Not all inspectors are created equal. So maybe talk a little bit more about kind of the systems that you use, maybe the reports and how you make it easier to navigate that part of the inspection. For
sure. So we've done thousands of inspections. So our inspection reports, we're always making them better, easier to consume. And then there's always certain verbiage that it kind of needs to be said sometimes to help enable the real estate agents to kind of take it to the next steps. We're always very mindful of how we word things. From a software perspective, I personally hate scrolling through PDFs. I do not want to do it. So the software we have is digital optimized. You can scroll on your phone, you can go on your desktop. If you want a PDF, you can do that too. But we're really future focused. So something we like to do is our software allows us to do pay at close. You don't have to pay up front. You can export all the findings you have and send them to different contractors. So really, we're here to solve problems. And after you get the report, there's still problems to be solved. So we try to enable those after the fact too, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that kind of leads to another question I know people get is, so fast forward, we've gone through the inspection, we've gotten this report back. Sometimes that report can be intimidating.
Yeah.
What's your take on things that are really red flag issues versus more just normal wear and tear that home buyers should expect when purchasing a home?
Whenever there's going to be problems. So as soon as we meet you, we're going to hey, listen, we're going to find bad stuff. Josh is here to tell you all the good stuff. We're here to tell you the bad stuff. So we're going to go through, we're going to find big issues, not always, but we're going to find issues, and we'll help you either if you're at the inspection. Some people can't make it, so we can talk after, but we'll kind of coach you through hey, these are expected things we were kind of thinking we're going to find. Here's some items that are a little bit more concerning, and here's kind of the next steps we would recommend you take. Ultimately, we have no enforcement power, so it's really your decision. But there's some stuff we're going to stress, especially safety items that can cause harm. We really want to encourage you to get those fixed.
Yeah, for sure. Anything else that you want to kind of share or provide information regarding this kind of importance or?
Yeah, so they are super important, but at the same time, I deal with reality. And in some really competitive houses, you have to you don't have to, but to have a competitive offer, it helps to waive inspections. And that's just the reality of the situation. So what we do too is after you close, we can come do an inspection for you to figure out any significant things that you should know about, before, maybe after you move in, and have those addressed. So just because you waive your inspection on the front end doesn't mean you can't get one at the end, and make sure that you get a list of things to tackle and make sure the house is safe to move into.
And I would say one more quick thing, because I know you alluded to it at the beginning, is even in a new construction environment, you can have an inspection, and there's definitely some importance in not just assuming you need to waive it because it's new construction, right?
Yeah, I mean, depending on the builder, I'm not going to say names, but there's some
Sure.
certain builders we all kind of know of, we definitely want to have inspected. Other builders do a great job, but it's always nice to have the inspection, then you have the peace of mind knowing that you're in a good setup. We do find significant problems, especially on exterior like siding and finishes, on a lot of new builds.
Okay.
So something I can almost guarantee on every inspection, we're going to find at least what we cost in repair work or damages within the first 30 minutes of us showing up. So
Sure.
Another great thing about the new builds too, I don't mean to ramble too much,
Yeah.
but you have that 1-year home warranty too after you move into the home. So the stuff we find too, they're basically somewhat obligated to at least address some of it. So it's just a nice punch list for a contractor to work through as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess the point being is that it doesn't matter what type of home you're looking at, whether it's a new construction, a recently built home, or an older home.
Yep.
There's definitely an importance in getting a home inspection done. I know us in our team and real estate professionals, we strongly advocate for getting an inspection done, and really hope that we can include that in every offer that we help with the clients. So, with that note, Kyle, if someone wanted to get a hold of you or your team for any inspection needs, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
You can always call, text, or email us. Or our phone number is 608-609-0369. And you can schedule online 24/7, 365 at www.homestart.pro.
Perfect.
Awesome.
And of course, if you're interested in getting started in the real estate market, want to know more about what's going on, what the reality is of our local South Central Wisconsin market, you can always reach out to me or our team, and you can get a hold of us at 608-345-6594, or reach us on our website, holtrealestateteam.com, for more information. And until next time, we hope you be well and you've enjoyed this video. So thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Yep.